Man, I tell you, bro, I ain't been asleep yet. It's like 4. I don't even know if I'm gonna pass out, but I have no idea why I'm not fucking sleeping whatsoever. And I'm just so aware and so alert, you know. I already get ready. You guys know I'm about to talk about the same thing I be dealing with all day, every day. All day, every day. It's like the indirect subliminals. Y'all like to hit me with the perps, you know. All day, every day. You know, and one thing I realize about this program. See, the problem with me is that I just realize everything. I see niggas looking at me crazy, niggas calling me some kid lover, niggas fucking with me, trying to turn me crazy, whatever. I see all the indirects and subliminals, niggas speaking on my name, calling me all different type of things. I'm just the only one that just accepted it. I know I'm innocent. I know I don't fuck with people. I know I'm not a threat to other individuals. Anything, I'm just a threat to myself. The way I'm living is kind of messed up, but it is what it is. I'm still surviving. I'm still living. Isn't that the purpose of life? To live and to survive. And it's like I could just, oh man, being hated by a city is an extraordinary experience, bro. Excuse me. One of my cheat meals today, eating that human meat. Out to eat food. Relax, guys. Stop taking everything so serious. It's like I just came to terms with what was going on. And instead of just letting it drive me crazy, I just said, fuck the world, Experiencing this, it solidified my reasons on growing up on how I never trusted humans. I was never the type of person to wish harm or hurt others or torture others or rape, torture, whatever the fuck y'all saying about me, young or old, despite what you devils want to say about me. I knew humans were never meant to be trusted. As my old friend Tyrone Span used to say, he hates human beings. It's just, man is just not to be trusted. I mean, look at everything that y'all do to me, throughout this city. The amount of disrespect, the looking away, having people you don't even know throw shade at you, look down on you, belittle you, you walking past indirects and subliminals, it's just like you guys are animals, bro. The slander, the games, or, staring at you, sometimes looking away, staring at you, not even acknowledging you. Shout out to the old heads, a lot of old heads will say what's up, shout out to the real men out there, the real niggas in Pittsburgh that I had genuine conversations with, and, we left off on a good note, chilling, laughing. Shout out to the real niggas, I know those motherfuckers that are part of the program. But just so funny, just like the amount of crap y'all do to a human being, before I blame it on demons and all this other shit talking about evil spirits, when I look at other human beings, I see demons, bro. Like, no, you motherfuckers in the flesh are demons. Fuck the horns, the tails, no, other human beings, the way some of these human beings are fucking demons in the flesh, bro. I mean, like, every time I step outside, Truman Show, like, every time I step outside, bro, from me jumping on that elevator, I'm having the same people synchronize on me. They're always looking down at their phone. I open up the elevator, some of them will fucking stand, like, on that elevator, right? Just imagine fucking, you see a motherfucker minding their own business or talking with each other. As soon as you get on the elevator, niggas hands to their side, just staring, like either face to face or just staring at the elevator wall, just like, it's crazy, bro. I was like being a TI, bro. It's like, especially when you get to the point where you're hated by a city, it just makes you want to off yourself, because everybody just so theatrical. Nobody's different. No one's unique. You know, no one stands out. No one makes you want to be like, yeah, that dude's kind of cool. Let me go ahead and talk to her. Or you know, she don't look like she got a stick up her ass. Let me go try to holler at her. You know, I can tell with Pittsburgh, bro. You know, during the shot, you know, it made y'all, you know, Pennsylvania, if you didn't know, side note, you know, if you didn't know, Pennsylvania was one of the first, you know, states to go off all lockdown because 70% of the population had actually got the jab, you know. They got the jab, you know, so that just, you know, it just, the smallest things like that lets me know what type of environment I'm in and why I'm recognizing the type of behavior I'm witnessing, bro. Is because you guys, literally, this city is the definition of yes, man, and yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, yeah. Yeah. Like I'm telling you, bro, for the amount of bullshit y'all doing, bro, y'all better off sucking dick on the corner, bro. Let's just keep it a beat. You know? Experiencing this behavior, you start to see mankind's sickest fantasies when it comes to torturing somebody. Well, they're doing shit to make your teeth fall out, illnesses, you know, have you going all schizo. Like it's amusing to me, man. You wanna know the sick thing about this? That's what I mean about I be feeling like sometimes I be having some type of spiritual connection. As a kid, another thing I always said, bro, is God, I want to know how evil humans are. And it's like, you know, you know, be careful what you wish for, you know, spiritual community, you know, you create your own reality and shit like that. It's almost like my energy, it does one or two things around certain types of people. It brings the very worst out of you, or it brings the best out of you. You know, because old friend groups like before harassment, you know, all my friends were way richer than me. You know, I'm not speaking about, you know, the Tyrone or was that other little friend group, Ian, Tony, you know, not those friends, my other friends, you know, my off the grid homies, you know. But it's like when I was around them, bro, I even watched motherfuckers fucking get thousands and thousands of dollars. Did no shade, no hating. I'm not like you fucking assholes. I like when motherfuckers win, especially in a demonic world that just wants you to lose every day. Especially when I know you're a genuine person and you kind. You know, you're not like these pricks, you know, sitting outside your door every day, you know, making noise and sounds just to fuck with you. Literally the most sickest, like, fucking behavior ever. Literally fucking, you know, no one fucking lives in bit dick. Haven't been next door in fucking like 8 months. You look in there, you know, you're wondering why every time you come in the crib, there's a weird smell flooding your room. As soon as you get in the room, come to find out it's just a meth head maintenance man sitting in a room taking turns, you know, blowing smells in your room all day. You know, literally using the next room to spy on you 24/7, and even the owners even know about it. You get to the point where you first started to move here, and you was talking to the owner and whatever. Now every time, you know, she runs into you, she does that same little gangster look. You know, she'll even give you the fake smile. She won't even say nothing unless I say, you know, I'm in a predicament in my harassment where no one won't say nothing to me unless I say something. I got to be the man in every relationship. You know, I got to have the balls. You know, I gotta say what's up to all my bitches to get them to say something to me. You know, you get it. You know, I gotta be the pimp in every interaction. Hey, what's up, bitch? You like listening to me outside your door with your dick on the door? You know, I gotta be the man in the situation, bro. And it's like at the end of the day, bro. You know, and that's why I just say it all the time. You know, at this point in my harassment, You know, I don't fucking care about what people think about me. Think I'm crazy, you know. I know motherfuckers, you got some people that might skim through all my videos. There's some people that just watch it and move on, you know. So this is the same reason why I kind of repeat the same synchronicity. Well, not synchronicities. Say I'm acting like them now, but repeat the same thing so that new people who stumble across my channel, you know, they could just see the message. Oh, you know. And they ain't gotta look through all my videos, you know. They can get it all in one video. You know, I say it all the time, but if it wasn't for this harassment, I wouldn't even be talking about it. You know, so all the indirects and subliminals I get about that, oh, he's always talking, he's always talking, he's always talking. Excuse me. Alright, my apologies. Eating something spicy and it went down the wrong pipe. That's what I get for talking and eating at the same time. Eating at the same time. My apologies. But where was I? Yeah. Give me a minute. I just hold on. Let me mute that. I want you guys to think I'm perfect. All right. Yeah. Spicy honey chicken. And you know, newsflash for all my righteous people out in the world and my wannabe godly people: stop eating human meat. For entertainment purposes only. We're just skipping past that. But what was I saying? I gotta forget. You gotta forgive me, brain fog. At the end of the day, like I said, at this point in my harassment, it's just fucking with the perps, you know, fucking with a whole city, you know. Because I mean, what else are you gonna do when you know everybody looks at you dead, you know, as a dead man? People talking bad about you every time you come in the vicinity. Niggas saying, you know, weird shit, you know, crazy, weird, you know, perp, sex offender, I mean, you know, whatever, right in front of you, like you don't hear it. You question about it. Oh man, what you talking about? Like, say it to my face, bitch. If I'm such a monster, say it to my fucking face. Let me defend myself. You know? Let me just, like, it's like, what's the passive aggressive? What's the secretness of it? It's like, this is what lets me know that you guys are the real bitches, bro. The real evil, sadistic bitches. I'll give you that. Intelligent, evil, sadistic bitches. I'll give y'all some credit, you know, to have a whole city harassing one person, act like you're the bitch. I gotta tell you, that's some intelligent shit. No, I don't care. Like I say all the time, I'm not the baddest motherfucker. You know, I'm not no fighter. I'm not no killer. I'm not no stabber ass nigga. But I'm gonna defend myself. You know, I'm gonna speak my mind. I don't give a fuck how strong you are. I don't care if you know Taekwondo, Mupado, fuck nigga. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. Because at the end of the day, like I say all the time, yeah, I might be not living in the best situation. You know, I might be wallowing in my own depression sometimes. You know, I might be in my head. You know, might be suffering alone. You know, suffering from loneliness. You know, kind of slowly. You know, mental capacity kind of deteriorating because you know 5 years of not having no friends, no family. You know, it can kind of do something to you, man. It can kind of weigh on you. You know, it have you, you know, start thinking a little too much. You know, and then added on top of the harassment, the torture, the whole city looking at you like you fucked up. You know, for all the indirects and subliminals, you're weird and you're crazy. Well, let's see if some of you dickheads go through the same thing and think you won't turn out just a little bit crazy, you know? But at this day and age, you know, pretty much everybody living in society is pretty fucking crazy, if you ask me, without asking questions, living in the Babylonian system, you know, going to restaurants, shit, eating human meat, you know, looking at a fake sky, chemtrails, you know, this whole world's fucking a definition of crazy. Really, if you ask me, I just feel like we're just puppets in a play and nothing. Everything means nothing. I could just be overthinking it. Again, could be one of those moments where, you know, I'm just going off the rails a little bit, but is everything about this world just feel just fake, you know? And it could be the harassment, you know, lack of communication, you know, lack of intimacy with a spouse or anything like that. You know, I could just be overthinking it, you know, like I already said 1,000 times, but yeah, You know, for whatever reason, you know, I just wanted to live life in peace. But there's just this darkness about this world. Like, even though I do nothing, my business, excuse me, sit in my own space, you know, it's like I receive more hate than real killers, real rapists, torturers, you know, rich, devious murderers. And, you know, they make movies about serial killers and fetishize over them. What? But you see the guy right there who minds his own business, yeah, he might live in a fucked up situation. And yeah, since like I said, I don't want to blame everything on my harassment, but this shit can make you do some shit, man. A lot of people respond differently in mine. So I'm just a tad bit lazy when dealing with this shit. You know, I simply don't want to do anything. You know, just, you know, for the fellow TIs out there, that's how the program affected me. I'm just a lazy piece of shit. You know, I'll be honest. You know, but that's why I kind of, you know, I speak against this shit, man. If I'm gonna have one purpose in life, it's gonna be exposing bullshit like this and letting you know you have the power. You have the strength. Start while you're ahead. Some of y'all are young. You know, some of y'all like 24, 22, 21 maybe. You know, maybe 18, you know, you realize that you're the black sheep of the family. You realize your family are assholes, you know. You just try to figure life out. And you notice that maybe you was born with a rich demonic family like myself, you know. And, you know, you're facing some type of, you know, confusion and destruction in your life. And you just need a little, you know, push in the right direction. Oh, here you go. You know, gang stalking's real. Yeah, I wouldn't refer to other people as gang stalking, you know, because it kind of throws people off. You know, that's another clever thing about them. It's more so like community-oriented policing or harassment. You know, at the end of the day, you're the community's plaything and all that. God. You know, you got to stay positive. No, when you got people poisoning you, you know, energy weapons, come on, just call it, it's just bullshit. You're set to die, you know? Let's just keep it a beat, you know? You can say all this peaceful crap, but you walk past every single person in the city to the point where you start to think you're schizophrenic. Like, schizophrenia just don't spring out of nowhere, bro. Maybe it does, I mean, I don't know, but, you know, I don't see shit, you know? I see these assholes all around me synchronizing with me, you know? It's not like I see a fucking dark shadow in my corner. Hey man, hey Mark, how's it going? You know, sitting here going crazy. Yeah, I think out loud a lot. You know, the stalkers around me probably assume, you know, I'm crazy, and I talk to myself, you know, and the stalkers that they have around me, you know, they go ahead and slander, you know, your name farther. Like, yeah, he's in his room, you know, talking to himself and shit. You know, a lot of the times I think out loud. You know, something I guess city folks don't know about. You know, I don't know. You know, I guess I don't want to say city folks. I guess it's a certain people type of thing. You know, there's people out there that like to think out loud. You know, and I spent a lot of time in nature and the countryside. And you know, I never stayed in city environment. So you know, this was a thing. You know, I wasn't even talking to somebody else, or I was thinking out loud. You know, thinking about ideas. You know, different dreams, aspirations. It's just like you sitting down there thinking in your mind. I like to speak into existence about my thoughts, and you know, it's the same thing. You know, I don't see how doing that is so crazy. You know, and people can assume that and just run with it. You know, humans are fucking evil, like I said. I always find someone to fuck with. You know, can't never leave themselves alone. You got the audacity to talk shit about you, but literally have assholes around you all day, every day, and listen to everything you say. If that's not insane, I don't know what the fuck is. You know what's funny? I'm over here eating this shit, bro. I don't know why I don't even know why I went out there and bought it. It's probably because I can't go to sleep, but it's funny. I can sit down there and eat fruit. I can eat like 10 apples, 10 oranges, 2 watermelons all in one setting, bro. And then won't have to take a shit or piss like all day. Let me go ahead and eat some. So I refer to as human meat. You know, eat some human meat just instantly. As soon as I finish the last bite, like give me the squirts, like, bro, what the hell? Hey, come on, fat ass America. The way you motherfuckers eat, the way y'all even store food. Do you really think there's enough animals, especially America alone? Why do you think they? Why do you think other countries make jokes about y'all? Fat ass motherfuckers and hoverboards and shit. And like, come on, bro. Now you're starting, you're getting a little closer to why people acting fucking crazy within the city. Same graveyards, no one asks questions about that. Even when they tell you shit like, McDonald's got found, one McDonald's got found with human remains or human meat inside of their product. God, come on, bro. It's like these people just be, like these ruler elites just fucking, they show you some, it's just like, y'all, them slapping the shit out of y'all. Like, bitch, we doing this, bro, and take it, Continue to hurt each other, continue to harass and torture each other, while we continue fucking giving you human meat, sacrificing your family and friends, It's like, it's a fucking joke, bro. This world is a circus, dude. And then you'll have your own people fucking destroying you while these motherfuckers just raping, molesting, torturing, killing whoever they fucking want. While y'all fucking looking at individual people in the community who's not doing shit to nobody, who's wallowing their own fucking depression or some shit, and they just be like, oh, they're a monster. Look at him. He just sits in his room all day. He gotta be doing something. He's doing something. Meanwhile, you look at all these downtown buildings, all these fucking buildings. You don't think they trafficking niggas right underneath y'all nose? No, y'all don't give a fuck. And that's why when society falls, it's gonna be so easy to wipe y'all all out. Because y'all always looking at the wrong motherfuckers. Y'all will never catch the real monsters. Millions of kids will continue to disappear. Millions of females will continue to disappear. Millions of dudes will continue to disappear with their organs missing. There's nothing y'all ever do to stop it. Because y'all continuously watching the wrong people. You want to know why y'all watching the wrong people as well? Because the ones y'all need to be watching has money and power. The ones who have money and power is the ones who's telling you stalkers what to do. Niggas gonna say, hey, he's gonna be over, the target's gonna be over here, go make sure you watch him when he's at the store. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go ahead and drink this baby blood. Like, you fucking stupid idiots, bro. That's why when I just look at these people participate in my harassment, I'm just like, just humans, bro. Just easily manipulated, controlled, and led to do whatever the system wants them to do. That's why I just had this attitude of not giving a fuck about nothing, bro. The majority of the world is brain dead, easily controlled, Motherfuckers who speak the truth end up dead, looked at as crazy or weird. Fuck this world, bro. I hope this world burned down to the ground. I'm not totally fucked up, the real righteous people. I hope they, people living a good life and, trying to live to help others. I hope you all live your best lives. But people like these, it's definitely these stalkers like outside my door every damn day. I hope these niggas fucking burned alive, skin peeling and everything before they fucking take their last breath. That's how I feel. Once again, let me just clarify that only for the evil, sadistic people who wish harms on others. That's the only type of people I wish like that to suffer. But you righteous and good-hearted people, yes, I hope you live long and happy lives. If I was being honest, a lot of times I'd be going here trying to, give a message and all that. So you're here to open and slam the door, his feelings are hurt. Anyway, but, if it wasn't for this program, it's just like I would be myself. And that's just being a sarcastic douchebag, But a nice one, a nice sarcastic douchebag. That's just me. I feel nice. I feel comfortable when I can just be myself. And when I just think about everything I experience in the city, that's why it's really hard to fucking want to be myself and talk to motherfuckers, because it's just like every day, all day, bro. You could blame it on schizophrenia. You could blame it on paranoid, crazy. Whatever it is. At the end of the day, it's every day in this city, bro. Every day I step outside, bro, it's just niggas being mugging you, staring at you. Even at my job, I went to fucking grab something. I would never grab nothing to eat. The niggas who clean, the niggas who come in and work, these niggas who come in and work or whatever, they coming out like 7, working, At first, and mind you, at 8, I'll still be some, because sometimes the dude will come past like 8, it'll be like 8:10, 8:15 by the time he come in, right? And then the dudes will still be working, you know. I fucking go upstairs, you know, order something to eat at 8, you know, he didn't come till like 8:15 today. And so lo and behold, all the people that's usually still cleaning or still walking around doing that shit, telling all the cleaners at the job went up, sat at the tables where they can see directly at where you have to wait and look at, you know, wait for your food. And they sound like they were talking with each other, but every time I look back, these niggas just fucking, like, use dark circle eyes, just fucking looking at me, bro. The hate, bro. The hate these people have for a motherfucker. And you don't even know it, you know, you don't even know why motherfuckers hate you, bro. That is the most bitch, cowardly behavior. Have niggas treat you like a certain way, and you don't know why. You know, the power of slander, the power of harassment. You got to give these little dickheads, bro. You know, it's clever, bro. You know? You got one hating ass nigga that dislike you, bam, the whole city dislikes you, you know? And I feel like that's a multiple factors thing, you know. Like I said, the jab, I feel like, you know, like I said, Pennsylvania was one of the first states to get off lockdown, bro. One of the first states to get off lockdown, because 70% of the population got that fucking, you know, the fucking jab. And I feel like that was the start of connecting them niggas to this high mind demonic shit, bro. You know, and that's why I get so pissed off, you know, and you know, I could have been left, you know, I started noticing my body getting weak and shit like that. I just gave up, bro, you know. You know, you come into the world, you know, your mother trying to kill you multiple times, you know, you live through life where people trying to kill you multiple times, you know, you get towards the end of your life, you know, people still kind of kill you and take you up out of here. So it's like, you know what? Fuck the world, you know? You know, shout out for the people who found love and, you know, have nice family and, you know, friends. And, you know, shout out to y'all, man. I'm happy y'all, you know, y'all are able to not let hell get to you. You know, me, just couldn't do it, you know? Except fuck human beings, bro. And still, even in these dying moments, even when, you know, I'm by myself, you know, still, you know, they still continue to reinforce my behavior towards other human beings. Because even now, still kicking you down, you know, still harassing, still torture. They still remind me why I refuse to trust not one human being. And I thank y'all for that. So despite wherever I go, when I go, I will always believe 100% of the doubt that humans are evil people. Worse than animals, worse than the birds, worse than the alligators, lions, bears, y'all worse than everything. I wouldn't be alone in the woods with a bear, I'm not saying that, but, you know, they kill to eat, you know, y'all kill just for fun, you know, like, y'all kill just for, you feel like someone's not worth living or they have some type of problem, so they're not worthy of living. You know, fuck y'all, bro. And then y'all can literally put this much effort into harassing somebody who's not doing nothing to no one. If anything, I'm a threat to myself. And y'all literally keep letting out serial killers, rapists, you know, PDF files. You know, all these people get out, got all type of businesses, jobs, money in their pocket, loved by the community. You know, you take my dad, for example, you know, impregnated fucking 2 50-year-olds, had a big family, you know. Maybe that's probably why he killed like 20 people, but, you know, that's not for me to try to, you know, think about. But, you know, it's just crazy, you know? It's crazy how his dad was literally what they're projecting. And every bitch you ever slept with was literally above 30 years old, even when you were 17, 18, 19. What the fuck, bro? Every female I ever slept with, oh, other than the gangster bitch I met on here, I think she was like 26, 27, something like that. But yeah, every bitch I ever had sex with in my life was 30 or higher. Literally, no lies, no reason to lie. I don't care. Y'all own one life, so what's the point? You know, but something's telling me a lot of the shit y'all projecting me at, I guarantee, you know, Pittsburgh's filled with like 300,000. Oh man, I'm pretty sure everything y'all labeling me is running rampant throughout the community, bro. I guarantee they have niggas on my floor who are like that, who are fucking utter creeps, weirdos. That's why they got jobs of stalking you and watching me every day, all day. You know, super creeps. Nigga, literally can't get a job whatsoever. You know, and as a TI, you start to realize that too. Everything they project you, you start to realize how they have those individuals around you. You know, only real TIs gonna know what I'm talking about when I say that. You know. drop that shit. Hold on. You know? But, yeah, I mean, you know, I want to keep going around in circles and shit, but, you know, like I said, I do this to help out others, you know? I just reached, like I said, I reached a low on my harassment. It's just like, oof. I can tell the whole city don't like me. You know, who cares? I don't give a fuck. You know, they don't stop any motherfuckers. Like, even if you look at the crimes in Pittsburgh, it's obviously they don't ever catch the real criminals. You know what? How many newborn babies died downtown Pittsburgh getting shot by drive-bys and shit? Like about a good 6 or 7. You know, since 2020. You know, kid gets stabbed in the neck at McDonald's. You know, 6-year-old boy got shot 16 times. Was it like a 15-year-old boy fucking got stabbed? What they say, like 60 something times. You know, harder downtown. Nobody know what happened. Nobody know who did it. But y'all know what time I took a shit. You know, y'all know what time I woke up. You know, as soon as I wake up and put my feet on the ground, y'all got somebody opening, slamming the door. Like, hey, get the fuck out of here, bro. Y'all breathe toxicity, bro. Y'all are evil. You know. And I could tell I just still got this slight of goodness in me because I still didn't get pushed to the limit where I want to harm people, you know? And I feel like that's just y'all problem. Y'all show me through y'all torture and the shit y'all put me through that y'all are the real monsters, you know? And all y'all do is harass broken people or people who's on the verge of snapping, you know? At the end of the day, y'all are the weakest type of human beings I've ever fucking had to deal with in my life. The amount of resources and people y'all would use to torture one fucking man and then claim they're crazy or weird. Yeah. So a person's crazy or weird, you're going to continue to do shit to them to make them farther crazy. Shut the fuck up. Like, literally, fucking the whole fucking logic behind the program is just fucking stupidity, bro. That's why I know they just got a bunch of it's like at the end of the day, just got a bunch of following ass niggas with these people, bro. And I kind of feel like they feel like they're, you know, they're okay with it because they're a part of something bigger. You know, I don't care if there's a million of y'all. Fuck y'all, bro. I do not care. You know, y'all can suck my fucking dick the long way. You know, literally 1,000 people versus one person. And then hit you with indirects or subliminals. Oh, he's a bitch. He's soft. So he's a coward. You know? They want to hit me with indirects or subliminals or talk about some, oh, he's always talking all day. Oh, he does that all day. He does this all day. Yeah, y'all stalk and harass all your day. Y'all shit talking. Y'all on my dick all day. Synchronizing with me all day. Stalking outside my room all day. Every time I get on the elevator all day. Like, get off my nuts, bro. Get my nuts. They want my dick in and around their mouths, bro. It's like, come on. Like, there ain't no reason why my dick is that, like, fucking that far up your ass, bro. Pause, you know, no diddy. I forgot most of these perps who are fucking, I forgot, that's why they got dudes around me all day. I forget. Let me stop. They might really want to do it. Hey, I ain't gay. I ain't gay, bro. I ain't gay. Chill out, bro. I ain't gay. Now, let me stop. Yeah, I want these, I forgot. I've got majority of these perp niggas are gay, you know. I take that back. No, don't do nothing with it, you know. You know, take your finger and shut it. No, let me stop. Let me stop. I'm sorry, gang stalkers. You know, I just gotta piss y'all off every once in a while, cause y'all be feeling like y'all have a nigga controlled and shit. But you know, my problem with this life is I realize everything's about control, and I hate it. You know, so that's why I won't even live right. You know, even through y'all harassment, y'all be trying to tell me how I should live and what should I do and who should I talk to, who I should talk to. You know, fuck all that controlling ass shit, bro. Get off my dick. Wait. No, stop. Let me not say that. Forgot. Y'all really on that shit. Let me get off of me, you know? No means no. No means no. Leave me alone, bro. I just don't get it, man. I guess, well, I do get it. I mean, it's all about turning me crazy. It's all about seeing me destroyed because they think I'm some type of super creep or something. Yeah, I think it is what it is. People know, people get paid, you know, people are just evil. You know, Freemasons just want to sacrifice me, you know. It's a multiple different things, you know. All you need to know is that, you know, it's empathy versus people with non-empathy in them, you know. Because if you really claim yourself to be a good person, you're not going to sit around and watch somebody's mental decline decrease every day of their life. Watch somebody go crazy. It's not. you're not going to participate in someone else's destruction. You know, that's bullshit. You know, you're just, this program, all it is just having y'all act out y'all deepest, darkest fantasies when it comes to treating somebody like scum of the earth. You know, that's all it is. You know, you're just having fun. You know, you're equivalent to Squid Games. You know, the rich people enjoying people's, you know, deaths and laughing about it and cheering. And, you know, it's pretty much what gang stalking is. So, community-oriented policing and harassment. You know, they're just a bunch of rich, powerful people laughing at our pain and suffering. That's it. You know, they have no soul. You know, they have no empathy. You know, they show you what real evil is. You know, laughing at people suffering and pain. Laughing at the fact that somebody might be losing their fucking mind. Come on, T.I., you really gotta put your headspace in a mode of not caring about anything. Don't, you just got, nothing matters in this world, bro. So disconnect from it. Yeah, you might be looked at as crazy. You might, neglect certain things in your life. Who knows? Everyone's kind of reaction to knowing we live in this Babylonian street theater-esque society, world, whatever you want to call it. Everyone has a different reaction to it. And like I said, I'm so strong on what matters is, fuck the world. But I'm gonna end off on here because I'm gonna keep going back in circles. I'll upload another video in a couple of days talking about the same shit. Helping out the new people, helping out, to other TIs, but for you perks, just to piss y'all off, So yeah, this is Baham and I'm out. Stay up and stay high vibrational.